So let's start off with a statement. Anything can be a fire alarm. Yep, you heard me right. Anything. This exit light could be a fire alarm when it lights up. The lights flashing could be a fire alarm. The scented air freshener could be a fire alarm. This Allergic 8005 that's beeping could be a fire alarm. And if we wanted to make it, a toilet flushing can also be a fire alarm. Okay, I know I went a little bit too far on that one, but the point is, any type of stimulus can be considered a fire alarm. And it's pretty obvious that these theoretical fire alarms don't exactly exist in the real world. So why aren't they in the real world? The reason comes from standards. And a standard is something that is established by authority, custom, or general consent as a model or example. This allows for a completion of a goal in a specified and unified manner. In the case of life safety systems, the goal is to make sure that citizens are protected from the dangers that can occur. Now we have to ask how and why these standards appear in the first place. And I'm going to be putting these into 3 different reasons. The first thing that compels a standard to be created is experience. And after we experience something completely new, we take a moment to analyze the new issues that come up and create a solution for them. These experiences can be obtained personally or by someone else, which is why fire safety is advancing at such a huge rate, especially in the age of global connectivity. And personal experience can be pretty devastating. A fire at Our Lady of the Angels School back in 1958 resulted in the deaths of 92 children and 3 nuns. Although the building was up to code at the time, the building would have been immediately shut down if it existed today, which is why so many people died in the incident. This and similar incidents around the nation prompted NFPA to pass stricter regulations on building fire codes, including increasing the frequency of school fire drills to about once a month. So there needs to be a better way of investigating the way fires and people behave. And that's where research comes in. Research essentially does the same thing, only with safer and more controlled variables to simulate an actual building fire. It allows for certain concepts to be tested one at a time. In this way, specific conclusions, such as the effects of a particular fire and the results after, can be drawn. This leads to new or revised standards that are put in place that is based on solid evidence. Fire alarm systems even then aren't going to be the same. In this example, I'm drawing a few manual initiating devices from various regions, in particular US, Europe, and Southeast Asia. And you can see there's a clear difference in the way fire alarm systems are designed. And this brings me to my third point. Standards are tailored to the local areas and cultures, and are generally designed to address the needs at the time. And it's not necessarily wrong to do things a different way. Let's take a look at fire drills from different regions. The United States generally has a culture of having fire drills about once a month, and it usually consists of getting out of a building, then coming back to class a few minutes after. In other countries, however, they don't have fire drills that often. Let's say maybe no more than about once every quarter or semester. But during these fire drills, nearly the entire day is dedicated to fire prevention. Things like how to use fire extinguishers, different emergency call numbers that can be used, ways of preventing fires and addressing safety concerns within the school. Even a user I met said that there was a DJ at the assembly. How cool is that? Is it justifiable to say that the United States methods are right and the only way of doing things? Certainly not. Is there a better version of the two? Most likely yes. But do they accomplish the same task of keeping children prepared? See, while sometimes there is an outright wrong way of doing things, most of the time doing something a little different isn't wrong. Another cool thing, standards can be changed to address the new needs we encounter. Now, how often do these standards change? Not a lot. But most of the time, new stuff is added to provide a means of safety to new dangers. But in the face of new discoveries, new potential disasters, advancements in technology every 18 months, it's hard not to have an update to the codes to address these issues. This world is most certainly filled with diversity, but having standards allows people with the same goal to be on the same page. And life safety around the world is certainly no exception.